either you're 18 to 22 and you're the heroine, or after that they don't know what to do with women. I'm very happy and comfortable at my age. I don't want to be a youngster.
All right.
And I did not want to be put into another bracket of, oh, okay, so she plays the mother to people who are a couple of years younger than her. So I basically lost my virginity to Kirti because I've never kissed before. ये actress बर्तन घस रही ये ख्याल कभी नहीं आएगा. But इतना बड़ा director बर्तन घस रहा. When I'm shooting continuously, it's like, again you have to go to shoot today? I was like, are you serious? Did I just get asked that question? They're like, just calm down. Like, you're like, you come on like this. But I think they just have to live with it.
You know, they say that actresses after marriage don't get good roles, and they also say that actresses after a certain age don't get good films. Today on Woman Up with Pink Villa Season 3, I have someone with me who has broken both these myths and definitely all the stereotypes. Joining me in a conversation is Shefali Shah, only on Pink Villa. Welcome to Pink Villa.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much.
So I want to start off by actually asking you that you've done so much work in the industry over 20 to 25 years, you name it, regional cinema, short films, TV, feature films. I just want to know that you're finally getting the due that you deserve, and you also said that, you know, you're living the best time of your life as an actor now.
Touch wood, yes.
Yeah. I want to know, by doing these women-centric movies and web shows, how would you redefine yourself as an actor now?
So yes, I've been working for a very long time, but as everyone knows that I don't have a very long resume, but I have a strong resume, and I've been extremely proud to be associated with the kind of films I wanted to do. And I have done. Also, what happens, like you correctly said, that either you're 18 to 22 and you're the heroine, or after that they don't know what to do with women until now. And it took waiting. Initially it used to bother me, but then I realized that I'd rather wait and do something that really excites me. And Delhi Crime became a turning point for me, because I've always been appreciated and loved, but it never translated into work. With Delhi Crime, it all changed because somebody put me out there in the lead, and my age bracket, not saying that she needs to be a grandmother, and I think it's evolved, and last year's been the busiest year of my life. I've never done so much work.
Yeah, you've
probably
done 6 projects.
Yes, I probably haven't done so much work in my entire career that I did in the last 1 year, and all leads and parallel leads.
You know, talking about your initial stage, if I may say, in your 20s, you took up roles where you played a role of a mother. I want to know, why did you take up at that point of time? What was your thought process like? And moreover, in retrospect, would you change that now when you look back at it?
So I believe that as an actor, I mean, the joy of being an actor is that you play roles that you're not. And it could be caste, creed, color, sex, age, and age just falls into that same bracket. So I didn't see what was the big deal. I mean, that was the exciting part, to be somebody I am not. And those were decisions I took. I did Vakt because I wanted to work with Amit ji and I wanted to work with Vipul, and I really loved the script and I loved the role. Before that, I did Hasratein, and there wasn't so much thinking that went into it. So initially, even when I began, it's not like I had decided that I want to be an actor. It just happened incidentally. So there was never a planning of such. Like, for example, when I did Delhi Crime, we didn't know where it was going to show. We didn't have any buyers when we were shooting it, but it was just like, I have to do it. Or when I did Juice, it's a short film. It's a completely different forte. And I was like, so what? I'm going to do it. I love it. But yes, now I am going to focus on playing my age. I'm very happy and comfortable at my age. I don't want to be a youngster. You know what I mean? Yeah. But there is a lot of stuff that is being written and that is possible in this age group. I mean, women are at their prime. I don't look back at stuff I have done.
जो हो गया सो हो गया.
हाँ, अब क्या कर सकते हैं? Oh God, वो करना चाहिए था. हाँ, वो तभी करना चाहिए था. And also at that point of time, that seemed like the right decision. I find it a waste of time to look back and say, oh, you know, if this had happened, or I should have done this, or whatever. I just think it's a waste of time. If I had to change certain things, I would. But again, it's pointless regretting something that's happened so long ago.
Correct me if I'm wrong, you were offered Kapoor and Sons as well as Neja, and these two have been like blockbuster films. Why did you turn them down? Like, what about the script didn't intrigue you as much?
No, both the scripts were very, very good.
Okay.
And both the roles were very, very powerful.
Okay.
The only thing is, I had just done Dil Dhadakne Do. And I did not want to be put into another bracket of, oh, okay, so she plays the mother to people who are a couple of years younger than her. I am a mom.
Yeah.
I'm a mom of a 20-year-old, and I have no claims playing a mother to that.
Yeah. But then what about Dil Dhadakne Do intrigued you to play a mother?
When I read the script, and this is a very strange thing because I remember Zoya and Reema and Javed Saab telling me when the film got made that it was the weakest written role on paper. And when I read it, I thought the two strongest roles on paper, first was Pluto and second was Neelam Mehra.
Yeah.
And I thought there was so much to her.
Yeah.
There were so many layers and there was so much to her. And I was very excited to be working with Zoya and the entire cast and crew, and I was going to be traveling.
Yeah.
What more could I ask for?
That's true. Did you ever fear like getting lost in an ensemble cast, or
in fact, one of the first films I did was Monsoon Wedding, which is a classic ensemble cast. Over there I learned that it's important to be a part of the background when it's not your moment.
Yeah.
You need to just be the character and fit into that entire larger picture. You don't have to stand out every time, everywhere. And I'm glad I learned that. So the insecurity of, I will prove myself and I need to be seen is not there. And what a beautiful role that is.
Yeah, it is. And talking about Dil Dhadakne Do, I'm so glad I can tell you this. There's this one particular scene where you're eating the cake, and that visual has stayed with me till date. Even when, as a girl, I have not faced fat shaming, and I could still relate to that character, which only a brilliant actor can do. Have you probably faced a situation in your life where you have to prove yourself as a woman, or put down just because you were a woman?
The thing is that my biggest critique is me. And I need to prove myself to myself all the time. Nobody's put a gunpoint on my head. And I'm not just saying this in reference to my work, but even as a person, as a mother, as a homemaker. I want to do everything and I want to do it right. I've been lucky I haven't faced that.
After Dil Dhadakne Do, you also went on to do then Delhi Crime and Human and Ajeeb Dasta. You're also doing Dr. G, which is also a sensitive script. Now, these stories come with a huge responsibility as well. How do you narrow down and decide to take this responsibility? Because thoda bhi it goes idhar se udhar, it can be a little risky.
Well, the exciting part is to take risks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what is so exciting about being an actor. And yes, you're right, when you're dealing with subjects like Human or Dr. G, there comes a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
Subjects that deal with real life instances, the need to be sensitive is paramount.
Taking a cue from that, Kriti gave an interview and she was very nervous in terms of creating on-screen chemistry with a woman, because it requires two women to kiss. So what I wanted to know is, she said in context that, I was very nervous about it and I was just having so many apprehensions, and I was thinking that what if I get turned on if I am doing an on-screen kiss? When you hear something like that, what is your reaction as a co-actor?
I just think she has a great sense of humor and she's really thought through this one. Yeah, I mean, she's really given it so much thought.
Yeah.
When I read the scene, I knew it was important for the script. I know it's a very big statement, not just for the script, but for everyone around.
Yeah.
It's about accepting gracefully a reality which a lot of people are still turning a blind eye to. And the fact that I could, in my small way, make that statement, and very confidently.
Were you ever reluctant at any point when you know that this is what the script demands? Because it can be very challenging as an actor.
I'm sure you've heard what Kirti said. So I basically lost my virginity to Kirti because I've never kissed before. And I'd probably have those apprehensions earlier. But I don't see it being difficult because it's a woman. Because at that point of time, Saira and Gauri are in love. So it's just that emotion is paramount. It doesn't matter. I don't have my lineage towards the same sex.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I don't respect it. I don't dignify it. And at that moment, it was a true emotion that these two women felt. So it didn't even cross my mind, honestly.
And you've always been very opinionated, someone with a very strong mind and who's vocal about it. Back in the day, we see certain men or people in general not very okay with such kind of women who are very vocal about their opinions. Did you ever face a point in your life where you saw people, friends, family, anyone to be like, tone it down a little, probably don't give so many opinions?
Honestly, I was not this opinionated when I was, and even today, I don't think opinionated is the right word, because when you say opinionated, it means you're not ready to take anyone else's opinion. That's not the case with me. I have my opinions. I'm very open about them. And more than opinions, I have my thoughts, I have my ideas, I have my feelings about things. But actually, as a child or even as a teenager or for a very long time, I did not recognize this voice. I really didn't.
How did you find it?
I don't know.
It
just happened, I think. In fact, I look up to girls your age and all youngsters, my sons. I mean, they have strong opinions. They have ideas. They're open to discussions. But when I was growing up, I think I just followed what my mom said or my parents said, and I didn't even question it.
Did anyone ever try to bog you down with that and make it look like this is actually not a good trait?
Well, I'm picked on a lot of times by my family because they think Now the thing is, I'm very passionate, all right? So that'll come across even in the way I have a conversation. And they're like, just calm down. Like, you come on like this. But I think they just have to live with me. But on a certain level, maybe from your in-laws or something. But, they belong to a different generation. I'm not blaming anyone. So, theek hai. They say stuff and you're just like, okay, fine.
Part and parcel of life.
Yeah. Like I remember, when Vipul goes to shoot, obviously nobody questions. But when I'm shooting continuously, it's like, again, you have to go to shoot today? I was like, are you serious? Did I just get asked that question?
Yeah.
Or, like, you were shooting for so many hours? That's how you work.
Yeah.
How come that question is never asked to your son?
Yeah.
I mean, like, seriously.
Yeah.
But it doesn't bother me.
You don't tackle with it only.
I was like, theek hai. It's a different generation.
Yeah.
Also
in your personal life, you did have a hardship in between and then you sort of found love again. Being a public figure, did you have any inhibition or apprehension in terms of what will people think? Yeah, society kya sochegi? Or I'm not conforming to the Indian way of living?
No.
Ever?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Especially at that time.
Of life. Not at all. Because I'd given a long chunk of my life to that relationship. I'd worked very hard. And I used to believe that marriages are happily ever after.
Yeah.
Until you realize that, okay, that's a norm, that's a notion. It doesn't have to necessarily work in life. Yeah. And it was not, that whole phase wasn't making me a richer, happier, saner person. Yeah. And after a point of time, you just realize what is better for you. Which is better for everyone around. So not for a second did I think that it was, because I know I gave it a lot of time and everything I had in me. And it didn't work out. It didn't work out. It's just too bad, you know.
Yeah, it's fair, and it's better to be separated rather than being in something toxic.
Exactly.
That's what a lot of people
Exactly.
say.
And like, I don't even know why people make a big hue and cry about it.
Yeah.
You know, because I really genuinely feel that our life is very precious.
Yeah.
If something is making you unhappy, it's not worth. I'm not a star. Let's put it this way. Okay.
Yeah.
People want to know about the stars' lives.
Yeah.
I'm an actor. And I'm very comfortable and I'm very proud of being that. I don't think people were interested in my life. Yes, there was stuff written, but well, that's a part and parcel. And I can't run my life according to what people feel.
Yeah.
I can't please everyone even if I tried.
Who have been the people who have supported you throughout the lowest phase, probably of your career, where you say that you weren't
Everyone. I mean, everyone in
work?
terms of my parents, Vipul, my children, my closest friends. Career-wise, I don't think. Yes, I wasn't working, and yes, I was, quite disappointed till a point of time. But like I said, I reached a point where I realized the kind of work I want to do will not come every day. Also, as far as work is concerned, I was getting offered work. Again, it was a choice I made.
Yeah, you didn't take it up.
I didn't take it up.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be a joke in my family. My husband and my kids kept saying, Mom, you just say no.
Yeah.
And you could be more popular and you can be a star and you can make so much money and you could be working every day. And I was like, yeah, fine, but I won't be doing what I love.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do it.
You've had the busiest year, that too lockdown may, COVID may. You've done 6 projects and you've also become an entrepreneur with your restaurants in Ahmedabad. How did you come up with this idea? Is it purely for the love of cooking, and how is that going on?
I'm a foodie. I love food. I love cooking. I love serving. I love hosting people. I love interiors. So Jalsa became like a combination of all of it. And it was a thought I had for a long time, but I never really like sat and said, okay, I should do it, or let's work towards it.
With these 2 passions, you also have painting as another passion. You're such an amazing painter. When you're sad or low or something, do you find it therapeutic to paint, or does your art kind of give out a message?
No. So honestly, I haven't painted for quite some time now because I've been really busy.
Yeah.
And even during the pandemic and the lockdown, I mean, I was excelling at housework. I'm very good at it. I'm very good at cooking, cleaning, washing dishes, jhadu pocha, bartan, kapra, dusting. I'm fantastic at it. Going back to your question, so this is a very interesting anecdote. When you asked me that sexism, okay? So I remember once Vipul was doing the dishes, my mother-in-law was standing behind him, and none of us wanted her to do it. I mean, we'll do it, na? And I remember her saying, "Itna bada director bartan ghas raha hai."
Yeah.
I thought it was so hilarious. I found it so hilarious. And I'm thinking in my mind, ये actress बर्तन घस रही है, ये ख्याल कभी नहीं आएगा. But इतना बड़ा director बर्तन घस रहा, I found it so funny. Vipul and me almost fell off laughing just hearing it. It was hilarious.
But that's what I was waiting. अभी बोले कि actor और director दोनों बर्तन कर रहे हैं.
ऐसा नहीं होता है.
Director
ऐसा नहीं होता है. मतलब अच्छा हाँ director है, very nice, But what has it got to do with the house?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a homemaker as much as I am.
True.
But it's really funny.
You're also doing a film with Alia Bhatt, that's Darlings, and we're really looking forward to that one.
I'm looking forward to it.
Darlings, and with Vijay Varma as well, such brilliant actors in one frame. How would you compare the time when 2 women would work before and 2 women who are working together now?
Same.
There's no difference.
No.
Like, is
because
it very
it varies
high?
from person to person.
Yeah.
And I've been very lucky. I've worked with wonderful people. So there could be somebody who could be a rotten apple.
Yeah.
But that depends on the person they are.
Yeah.
Luckily, I haven't dealt with anybody.
Also, one of your interviews, you said that you sort of self-doubt also yourself a lot. I am kind of shocked, and I'm like, why? As an audience, I just want to know why, how, And like, how do you deal with and gain the confidence again, especially being an actor?
Well, yes, I have a lot of self-doubt. It's not like I want to be the most beautiful woman in the world, but I'm not too hot about the way I look. Or I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Well, as far as my work is concerned, I am terrified when I go on set. I am terrified because I have this really mortal fear that the director is going to say action and I'm just going to stand there dumbfounded, not knowing what to do.
Till date?
Till date.
Are you serious?
Yes. And I'm so glad I have that because that works for me.
Oh.
It's like starting afresh. It's like going to school, first day of school.
So you automatically end up giving 100%?
It's because that's the way I'll keep rediscovering. I think the end of me would be the day when I feel I know it all. I do not know it.
Yeah.
It gives me so much more to learn.
Yeah.
Every day. It's so exciting.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't have any such overconfidence कि मुझे आता है. नहीं, मुझे नहीं आता. I really genuinely feel it. And there is an image that I carry,
Yeah.
you know, of a very confident woman.
Yeah.
But who says a confident woman can't have questions about herself? I'm not one of those overconfident people. Sometimes I'm low on confidence. I need other people around me to
Validate.
completely, I need validation.
And who is your source of validation?
So when I do a project,
Huh.
for example, my directors, obviously, because they're the first ones who are going to see it, they have seen the vision, they have written the script, they have written the characters.
Yeah.
Okay? So my reaction from them is very, very important for me. Right. Very important. To know whether I'm on the right track, you know. Yeah. And then, of course, the audience. Then people who love me, who know me, who will say brutal truth and nothing else.
Yeah.
Because I want to know it.
Yeah.
I really want to know it. And then, of course, the audience. And I've only received so much love, just love and appreciation and respect. Yeah. And then certain people don't like me, which is fine.
Yeah, which is fair. And like, do you watch your own work?
I watch it once.
Not more than once. Do you check the monitor after a shot?
Not a single time.
Okay.
I never check the monitor. Never.
Why? You just
Because I feel that there is a director, there is a hairstylist, a makeup artist, a stylist, a DOP, and they are all far better equipped at seeing if it is right or wrong. It's not my place. And I don't want to waste that time.
Not a lot of actors think like that.
And secondly, I don't want to watch myself. Also, when I'm doing it, like, no, but a lot of actors see it because they feel they can correct it. But when I'm performing, I know it immediately if I've gone off. I know it, I can hear it. Or you feel, can we do one more? Because I've just had this one more thought and I think this might be an exciting way to play it. Because and also when I see myself, I don't like myself. So I'd rather not.
That happens. So with that, we come to an end, and it was so lovely talking to you and knowing so much more on this. And we hope to see you again. And thank you so much for doing this.
Thank
with
you.
Pink Cola.
Absolutely my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you like this conversation, then like, share, and subscribe to Pink Villa.